What's going on, guys? John Elder here from Codemy.com, and in this video, we're gonna look at the V keyboard for our apps with Kivy and Python. All right, guys, like I said, in this video, we're gonna look at the V keyboard so we can type something in here. John Elder. We can hit a backspace and do it again, and pretty cool. So this is a pretty simple thing to do, but there's a couple of little hiccups here and there that we're gonna have to address. So not a big deal, but it should be a lot of fun. So let's head over to our code. I'm using the Sublime Text Editor in the Get Bash terminal as always. And as always, you can find a link to the code in the pinned comment section below, as well as a link to the playlist with all the other Kivy videos in this series, over 50 so far. So check that out if you haven't so far. So I am back. I've been out for almost a week and a half. I had the flu. So I'm back now, so let's dive right in here. So I've got a file called VKey.py, virtualkeyboard.py, and it's our basic Kivy starter code that we always have, no big deal. So in this app, we're actually not gonna have a Kivy file, a .kv file. We're just gonna build this keyboard right here in our Python file. So the first thing we need to do is come up here and import some things. So let's go from kivy.uix.vkeyboard. We wanna import VKeyboard. And notice the V and the K in this V keyboard are capitalized. The V and the K in this one are lowercase. We're also going to need a layout and probably a label so that we can actually put the things that we're typing on the keyboard up on the screen. So again, I'm just going to kind of copy this and paste it in twice here. So from kivy.uix. Let's say label, we want to import label. We've done this lots of times. And let's just go ahead and use a grid layout. Nice and easy. So we want to import grid layout. Okay, so let's come down here and let's define our layout. This is going to be a very simple layout. We just want to call a layout, and this is going to equal a grid layout, and we want to give it columns of 1. So now let's define our V keyboard. Super simple. We just call a variable. I'm going to call it keyboard. Call it anything you want, and this is just going to be a V keyboard instance. And then inside of here, we need to sort of set something up to where when we click a key, something happens, right? So that's going to be on_key_up. And I want to set that equal to key up. Now this key up is just a function we're going to create. So you can name it anything you want. The options you have are on key up and on key down. So when you press down, okay, that's cool. You could use that if you want, but I prefer up because when you release the button, that's the one you actually want to select. So I'm going to use on key up. And while I'm thinking about it, let's just come down here and define key_up for now. I'll just pass. And we always pass in self. We're going to have to pass in a couple other things as well. So we'll get to that in just a second. But for now, let's finish building out our layout. So let's go layout.add_widget. And we want to add the label. So let's call self.label. We also want layout.add_widget. And let's add our keyboard, which we've just defined as keyboard. So I could just pass that in. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So let's return our layout. Now, normally we return our Kivy file, but we're just going to return this layout that we've just created. So, okay, that's really all there is to it. So let's come down here and let's play around with this key up function that we just created. Now we always pass in self, but we also want to pass in the actual keyboard, and we also need to pass in the key code. The key code is the things we press. We'll get into that in a second. And for good measure, let's go ahead and pass in some args. That should be good. So, okay. So let's say if is instance. So if we have an instance of our keyboard being clicked, right, then we want to take that key code and a tuple. So this gets returned as a tuple, but we want the first item of the tuple, right? So that's going to be, let's just define it as key code. Stay consistent here. And this is just going to be key code. Like I said, it's a tuple. We want not the first item, we want the second item, which is 1, the first item, right? So tuples start at 0, 1, 2, 3. We want the 1th item. Now, if we really just wanted to kind of print this out, we could, and just see what's getting returned here. We could go ahead and do that. Let's head over to our terminal. I'm in our ckivymd directory. I've got my virtual environment turned on. So let's run Python vkey.py. Uh-oh. We forgot to define the label. Monday morning. That's not my fault. It's Monday morning's fault. So we added the label, but we need something in the label to begin with, right? So let's go self.label, and this is going to be a label. we want the text to equal what? Type something, right? And if we want, we could change the font underscore size to what? Like 20 SPs or something like that. I don't know, that'll work. So, okay, let's go ahead and save this. Should work now. Run this guy again. And okay, we get our little keyboard here. It's nice, it says type something there. Now, if we want to just sort of print out whatever that was, we can say self.label.text and set that equal to, let's start out by tracking what was already in the label, right? So I'm gonna create a variable, I'm just gonna call it thing. We'll set that equal to self.label.text. So here, let's update the label. So we can set self.label.text, and I'm gonna create an F string just to make it easier. And let's put whatever was already in there. So we wanna keep track of what was in there before. And then also we wanna put what? Key code, which is this guy right here. So, okay, this will put a space here. We probably don't want that. We'll play around with this in a minute and get it just the way we want it. So let's head back over to our terminal. I'm in my CKivyMD directory. I've got my virtual environment turned on. So let's run python vkey.py. And when we do, we get this thing here and we could type in something and nothing is happening. What have we done wrong? This needs to be outside of that. All right, so let's go ahead and save this. Run it one more time. It's Monday. Monday after a long break. So we got type something here. We could go type something JOHN. Now you'll notice there's spaces there. We probably don't want that. It says type something there. We want to get rid of that. So let's play around with this a little bit more here. So let's run some logic here. So let's say, actually, let's run this right here. So let's say if thing equals what? Type something, right? Then let's change thing to equal nothing. So that should take care of that. Now we also want to get rid of this space in here because now when we just press a key, this thing will be whatever was in there before, not that type something thing. So we don't want a space there. So let's go ahead and save this, run it, see how that looks. So it says type something. Now we can type in JOHN. Now that seems to be working pretty good, but now if we click the space bar, it says space bar instead of making a space. That's no good. Here, when we click backspace, it says backspace instead of doing a backspace. So we'll need to tinker with that. The rest of these things seem to pretty much work okay, as you would expect, right? So, okay, tab. Okay, so let's go ahead and play around with these space bars and the backspace. We can at least knock those two out. Those are pretty simple. So here, let's play with backspace. So let's go if key code, because that's the thing we're typing, equals, and remember when we click the backspace, it says backspace on the screen. So if key code equals backspace, what do we want to do? Well, we want to make a backspace. So let's take thing, whatever thing was, and set it equal to thing, and let's just create a little Python slice. We can go -1. That will take off whatever is the last character, which is what you want a backspace to do, right? And then here we could just set the key code to equal nothing because we're not putting anything in there. We're just deleting the last thing and then printing that onto the screen. So it needs to be nothing right here. So let's go ahead and save this and run it, see if that worked. So off the top of my head, I think it probably will. Probably 1,000 ways you can do this, right? So let's go JOHS or A. That should have been an N. Backspace, boom, it disappears. Now we can click N and N, backspace, backspace, backspace. Okay, so we still now have spacebar, so let's get rid of that. So funny, it says spacebar. I don't know. Let's say spacebar. So let's say if key code equals, you guessed it, spacebar. Then key code should be, actually we need 2 here. There we go. So key code will be what? Just a space, right? And you'll notice I'm using double quotation marks and single quotation marks. You can use either one, doesn't matter either way. So here we just have a space. That should be all we need there. So let's go ahead and save this and run it. Make sure that worked right. So let's go John space Elder. There we go. So some of these other ones, you might have to mess around and do the exact same thing. And you now know how to create little if statements to fix those, make them do whatever you want them to do. I'm not going to get into every single one of these buttons, but those are the main ones, backspace and space, and that seems to work. So that's all for this video. If you'd like to, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com where you can use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off memberships to pay just $49 to access all my courses, over 47 courses, hundreds of videos, and the PDFs of all my best-selling coding books. Join over 150,000 students learning to code just like you. My name is John Elder from Codemy.com, and I'll see you in the next video.